welcome back to Starry Eyes. I'm your host Maxine, and I talk about everything under the stars on this channel. So today I have another pick a card reading, and this one's going to be in regards to love connections and if you should stay in the connection or leave it. And this one can be resonant for crushes, and it can be for those that are coupled up, for those that are married or engaged. So let's dive in. There's 3 piles, and what I want you to do right now is to close your eyes. Breathe in, breathe out, think of a number from 1 to 3, and now we're gonna get started. So for those who picked pile 1, you guys got go. And you've been feeling this for quite some time, for a few months or even for a whole year. I just feel like this isn't something that you've been pondering for like a day. You know that it's time to leave this partnership, leave this connection, even if just for a little while. You two definitely need space. And let's see why. You guys got the 7 of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Keeper of Wands reversed. I feel like this connection has been taking a toll on you mentally. It's been taking a toll on you physically, and you just want to get back to the basics and tend to yourself. I feel like you were doing way too much for this other person. You were giving them your all, and it feels like it was like a one-way street. And I feel like you were being taken for granted a bit as well. And so now you are ready to step back, tend to your own needs, focus on yourself and getting yourself right. And maybe once you are together and once the other person sees that you have been really tending to your needs, they will do the same for them. Because I feel like they were very dependent on you, and I feel like you just went above and beyond for this other person, and now it's time for them to take care of themselves, just like you need to take care of yourself. Atlantis reverse. I definitely feel like you two are not on the same wavelength right now. Like I said, it just feels like one of you was giving and the other one was just taking, and there needs to be a balance if you want to, you know, reunite on a healthy level. If you want this to move forward in the future, then you two definitely need to talk about everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and also go to therapy is what I'm getting. Have a middleman come in between you two, so they can show you and help you understand what the other person is trying to say. Serendipity. Everything will work out in due timing, whether you get back together with this person or whether you meet someone new. Right now is just the time to focus on yourself, focus on healing, and, you know, releasing any negative patterns, any negative thoughts, because things will work out for you in regards to love. Next is religious factors. I feel like this person that you were connected with or still are connected with, they have a very traditional mindset. You may have been the feminine and they expected the feminine to be at home, take care of the home, take care of the kids, take care of their needs, whatever the case may be. Your other person had a very traditional way of thinking and living. And I feel like you weren't necessarily like that. You had a more radical point of view, and that bothered them, and that's why they tried to kind of hold you back, is what I'm feeling. I feel like your way of thinking, your way of living, maybe even your way of dressing threatened them in some way. And so you really need to think about that. Think about the relationship as a whole before getting back into it or before moving forward. It's time for you to just take a step back and think. Embrace authenticity. This is exactly what I'm getting from this pile. You were dimming your light to please this other person, to make this other person feel comfortable. And what I'm getting from this is that you need to stop doing that. And you're learning that too. Within yourself, you instinctually know that it's time for you to shine as bright as you can with or without this person. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Exactly. There needs to be balance in this connection. If you want this to move forward, then you guys are gonna have to hit the restart button and refresh altogether, get everything out on the table. But for many of you, you have viewed this connection as a lesson, and you're ready to move forward, and you're ready to, you know, put this in the past. So now we're gonna move on to pile 2. You guys got hear them out. So before you make a move, you need to have a conversation with this person. I feel like you're jumping to conclusions, and they may even be doing the same thing, but I think you two need to talk it out before you decide to stay or decide to go. 2 of Swords. Yeah, you're at a standstill right now. You both are at a standstill. And it's because you don't have all the facts. You definitely need to have a conversation with them. Transportation reversed. I feel like many of you will not leave this connection. After you have that conversation, you two will be able to get back on the same page. Rainbow Reviver. I feel like this was just a miscommunication, a misunderstanding, and it feels actually a little bit, you know, petty. Healing family issues. I feel like one of you has abandonment issues. One of you has, you know, a fear of being alone, and that brings up these arguments and petty fights. And so that is something that you or the other person or both of you need to tend to. You need to heal this, you know, by yourselves. Inquire within. Inquire within to truly understand why these patterns are coming up. Really think about your past, think about past relationships, think about how you were brought up, and also ask your other person those questions as well if you don't know that already, so you can understand why this pattern keeps happening and how you can truly break it. Your final message is, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. And I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that from this pile. You two definitely need to have a conversation, but if you are at a distance from each other right now, embrace this alone time, embrace the space, and take care of yourself. And like I said, it's time for you to look at your relationship patterns and also to look at theirs, and to really understand if this is the connection for you, if you want to move forward. I feel like many of you will not leave. Many of you that pick this pile will not leave the connection, but it's still good to have space and to think and to meditate on everything that's been happening. So now we're moving on to pile 3. You guys got wait. So you need to wait before making a decision. I feel like those that pick this pile are very antsy, they're very impatient, and you know, they put their foot in their mouth. Many of you that pick this pile could be fire signs is what I'm getting, and now is not the time to rush into making a decision, rush to an ending, because I feel like you might make the wrong decision by rushing something or forcing a conversation to happen or forcing, you know, an answer out of somebody. 8 of Pentacles. This connection, you know, took a while to build, and you guys have put a lot of your energy and time and effort into this connection, and I just don't feel like you should leave it yet. Lessons and blessings are reversed. You've taken on quite a negative point of view when it comes to this other person, when it comes to the relationship, the connection, and I feel like you need to be more positive about this. Things are going to work out in both of your favors. Worthiness. You're worthy of this connection. You're worthy of this person. You are enough, and they appreciate you. I feel like you don't see what they see in you. Passion. You are not leaving this connection. I feel like many of you will stay, and it's because there's passion, there's love, and I just feel like, once again, for those that pick this pile, you're a fire sign and you jump to conclusions. You want to run away because it is easier than facing, you know, those tough conversations and being vulnerable. But I think you need to stay. I think you need to hear this person out. I think you need to think of their feelings as well, is what I'm getting from this. Intensify your integrity. You need to think about this other person's feelings as well. Because I feel like a lot of you that pick this pile, you threaten, you know, breaking up with them. You kind of throw it in their face, and that's not okay. And you really need to stop doing that, because this person, you know, is human and has a heart and has feelings, and you need to think about their feelings too when you're making decisions about the relationship. And this final card says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. You guys have amazing memories together. Like I said, you two took time to build this relationship, to build this connection, and you don't want that to go to waste. So really think about your next move, really think about your next words in this conversation, because I feel like you could really hurt this other person's feelings. They're very sensitive. You might be with a water sign. You may be a fire sign with a water sign, or vice versa. But I just think that you need to take your time with making a decision about the state of your relationship. So that is it for today's pick a card reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on everything under the stars. Bye.